In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 fundamental steps, rules or guidelines when dating in 2020. Whether you are about to go on a date with somebody or you are already dating somebody and you want to know if he is the right fit for you or he is just wasting your time and draining your energy. The first rule is don't spend too much time on texting and you haven't met him yet. And this is actually one of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to dating. So especially nowadays, most people, they use the apps, dating apps like Tinder, Match.com, or other apps that you can meet somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do this. There's no problem. But if you are following the dating app sites, don't spend too much time on just texting the person, and spend like weeks, putting all your energy and sharing picture and thoughts, and you haven't actually met that person. So here's what I recommend if you are using the dating sites. The first things you should do after you click and you match and there's a few texting, immediately set up a phone call, 10 minutes, 15 minutes phone call. This will help you to understand a bit about his personality, and you can also learn if that person he is somebody you want to go to the next level with. Then you can actually set up a FaceTime immediately as well. So you can also FaceTime him maybe after a few days and see how he looks on camera, because nowadays it's so easy to use filters to look unrealistically handsome, and it's so easy as well to find a writer to craft the message, so when you read it you will read everything you want to hear. So there is a lot of manipulation when it comes to profile and writing. So this is why, to avoid this, I would recommend to immediately set up a phone call or a FaceTime call. And if you felt there is some form of connection and you liked how he looks and how he speaks and all these little things, now you can go on a date with him and see him face to face. Communicate with clarity and put your needs first. This is very important when it comes to dating. It seems to me that most people, when they go on a date, they try to avoid talking about what they're looking for, what they want. What they do instead, they show perfection, they agree with the other person because they want to be liked. So they drag this honest conversation for like 1 month, 2 months or 3 months, and then later on they realize that okay, this person actually does not follow the same values that I'm following. So instead of wasting your time and draining your energy, and maybe sometimes it's too late because you are emotionally attached to that person, why not to speak your value from the start? Tell that person what you want. Communicate your standards or your definition or what you are looking for. If you are looking for something serious, tell him that that's what you are looking for. If you're looking to have fun, tell him that. If you don't know what you're looking for, tell him that. You must communicate with clarity, like effective communication. In this time, in 2020, it's a must in our life if we want to find the right partner. And the good thing about when you communicate your values and what you're looking for is that you are going to know if that person actually value you and care about your well-beings. Because if he responded to you with mocking you or trying to avoid the topic or trying to give you a fluffy response or try to come up with nonsense excuses, now you know that this person is not right for you. So this is why communicating what you want is essential right now. The third one is don't accept second-class behaviors. So what does that mean? So let's say like, you are going on a date with that person, and you saw that person for, let's say, like 1 month, 2 months, and let's say one time he cancelled on the last minute, and then you decided to just, okay, you're gonna let it go. Then other time he said something that made you feel angry, and you decided not to say anything because you don't want to mess up things. This is the problem, because the more you let things go, and the more you allow him to, let's say, step over you, the more he will actually lose attraction towards you. This is why it's important to actually, when something is bothering you, you must say it. You can say it, of course, with politeness and with clarity. Just tell him, this behavior you have done makes me feel like this. I would like you not to do this again. Important to not accept any things that you feel is wrong to you, and just let it go. Because think about this, if you accepted these little tiny things he's making in dating, imagine when you go into a relationship, you're gonna keep accepting second-class behaviors, and slowly he will disrespect you at the end, and probably the relationship will not go anywhere. The fourth one is, make sure you see him in different situations. So don't just meet him all the time in a coffee shop or in a restaurant. Try to actually engage with him in different activities, because always it's easy to show one side of us if we are used to it. So if we go to a restaurant, it's very easy to show perfection. It's very easy to hide the dark things about us that you don't know about it yet. So try to involve yourself with him with different activities, so you can see how he behaves and how he acts. If there is anything went wrong, you can see how he handles this thing, and then based on that you can decide, is this the man I want to be with? And the final one is, don't ever compromise. Instead, negotiate. The problem with compromising, like people say, like we need to compromise in order to kind of live together. But let's think about the word compromising. To compromise, that means, and that's the definition you see it, is that one person win, the other person lose. That is what compromise seems in a relationship. And a lot of people, they try to compromise where they have to suppress their needs, suppress what they like, and give the other person the upper hand and do what the other person wants in order to keep the relationship going. If you are calling this compromising, then you are in a wrong relationship and you are with the wrong person. This is actually bullshit. It's completely nonsense, and people should not compromise in such situations. Instead, you can negotiate. So let's say like you don't like certain type of movies he watches. You can tell him that, but at the same time you can watch this movie with him, but he must as well do something with you that you like. So it's not all about doing the things he likes, but also about being sensible, and also sharing things that you also like. And this is negotiating. This is not compromising. That's all for today, guys, and if you have any question, make sure you leave a comment below, and make sure to subscribe, because the next videos is going to be more interesting and you're gonna like them. Until next time.